Hi, this is Jaden from SteamyKitchen.com. Here's a step-by-step on how to make a very authentic Hainanese chicken rice recipe. Here's why this is the best recipe. Number 1, the chicken skin is scrubbed with salt to cleanse the skin really well. Number 2, pre-boiling makes the best tasting soup. And number 3, the ginger garlic dipping sauce is super easy to make and incredibly flavorful. We're going to learn how to make 5 things: the chicken, rice, soup, a ginger garlic dipping sauce, and a red chili sauce. Let's get started with the chicken. The first step is to clean your chicken, and I kid you not, I exfoliate the chicken skin. I know it sounds strange, but hear me out. This dish relies on the pure flavor of the chicken, and that's why we want the cleanest, freshest chicken possible. Exfoliating removes any impurities, tiny feathers, and makes the skin extra smooth. Just rub a big handful of kosher salt all over the chicken. Give it a good cleanse, then immediately rinse the salt off. You'll see a big difference in how clean and smooth the chicken skin is. If you want the best tasting chicken and soup, you'll have to pre-boil the chicken first. This step is completely optional, but it will produce the best tasting Hainanese chicken rice. The hard boiling action actually cleans the chicken even more. All the scum that comes to the surface of the soup does not taste good. The scum is protein, skin, fat, bone fragments, etc. Just a few minutes is all you'll need. Once you start seeing a lot of the scum rise to the surface, dump out all of the water and refill the pot with fresh, clean water. Add in the green onion, ginger, garlic, and return to a simmer. This is my favorite kitchen tool. It is amazing. The fine mesh traps all of the scum and oil. Look at the oil just sitting on top of the mesh. This is a special strainer with an extra fine mesh. I'll link to the product in the description below. Simmer for about 30 minutes or until the chicken is about 160 degrees Fahrenheit. Carefully remove the chicken to an ice bath to stop the cooking. The ice bath will also tighten the skin and improve the texture of the skin. Once the skin is cool, you can remove the chicken to a cutting board to rest. Rub the entire chicken with a bit of sesame oil. Let the chicken rest while you cook the rice. Now here's your soup. Let's remove the ginger, garlic, and green onion. Season with salt to taste. Okay, it's time to make the rice. Rinse and wash your rice 3 times. This washing gets rid of dust, extra starch, and the occasional tiny weevil. Drain the rice. In a pot, saute minced ginger, garlic, and I'm also using minced shallot as well. Ladle in the soup and cook the rice on the stovetop or in a rice cooker. The rice is so flavorful and aromatic. I like carving my chicken more American style, which means I don't include the breastbone. It's easier to carve and you don't have to whack through the really hard breastbone. Plus, it's a lot easier to eat. Pro tip, add the bone back into the soup and simmer for a few more minutes for an even more flavorful soup. Let's make the ginger garlic sauce. Use a microplane grater to grate the ginger. Put the ginger and garlic in a heat-safe ramekin. Heat up the oil until hot but not smoking, and carefully pour the oil into the ramekin. This method brings out so much flavor and gently cooks the aromatics without burning them. Now I'm going to give you a disclaimer. Make sure you're using a dish that is heat safe. If this intimidates you, a safer method is to heat up the oil in the pot, but make sure it's not too hot. You're going to add the ginger and garlic to the pot of hot oil. Make sure the heat is off, otherwise you'll burn your ginger and garlic. Add in salt and a splash of vinegar. This is the most amazing sauce. I can just eat this over plain rice. To make the red chili sauce, blend sriracha, ginger, garlic, sugar, and some of the broth in a blender. For the full recipe, go to SteamyKitchen.com.